Hello everybody, this is your coach of the Eon Guardians, and it is time for Week 8 of the UPA Pokemon Battle Revolutions League. Been a rough season. Sorry couldn't show anything better for you guys, but hopefully we can go out with a bang in our final match against the Coach Ray. Because this is going to be our final match, win or lose, I'm deciding to bring a more fun team to see if we can kind of have a little bit more fun with some of these Pokemon before our season ends. So I'm going to start with our lead, a Focus Sash Porygon Z. This thing actually leads decently well into most of my opponent's team with a Sash and threatens big damage on the entirety of my opponent's team except for Bronzong, even within Power Fire. This is really here just to kind of break open a hole immediately on lead. Next, we're bringing my main Heracross answer, because this is my only real Heracross answer, even with Stone Edge. That's what Charty Berry here is for. It's for a Heracross Stone Edge, and hopefully I can revenge with a Braver if it's Scarfed, which I think it could be. Super Fang is nice for the Bronzong and Vaporeon if they start getting out of hand. Then U-Turn Roost is just your standard filler. Dragon Dance, just standard Dragon Dance for Alligator. Hoping to get some damage in, especially on things like the Zapdos, if I can get a Dragon Dance or two off if it wants to be Scarfed. Flygon's coming in, Mixed Tag Flygon. They have a Bronzong. I need Fire Blast. I mean, it's not really much of a debate. Otherwise, it's a pretty solid Pokemon in my opponent's team. Draco Meteor hits hard on most of my opponent's team, again, minus that Bronzong. Next, we're going to be bringing a Passion Barrier Hyperior. This is so I can live a hit from the Kabutops, which I don't necessarily deal with too well. Earthquake, Stone Edge, Fire Punch, Stealth Rocks, kind of just a good standard set. This thing can do a lot of damage to a lot of my opponent's team. And then Rocks as well are good for things like the Zapdos and the Arcanine. And finally, we are bringing a Shukaberry Empoleon. Surf, Grass, not Ice Beam knockoff, just force attacks. Nice to kind of switch in on things like the Mismagius and the Bronzong if I need to. Also a nice Vaporeon check if needed. And yeah, another quick team builder this week, but I will be back with the battle for you all. Alright, and here we are with the final week for my team in the UPA Battle Revolutions League. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. And let's see what they have brought. Going to be leading my Porygon. Let's see what they're gonna do. I think a Bronzong lead is decently possible. What else? Bronzong lead. Mismagius could lead. Could see Roselia lead. Zapdos could lead. There's a lot of leads they could bring Donphan. But we'll see. My plan here is to just get some damage off quickly. And go from there. So good luck, have fun to my opponent, and let's get into this. There's a Perugly lead. Okay. So you're probably a fake out lead if I had to guess then. Here, I'm gonna try attack. Probably a fake out if you're leading this. I'd probably die to a fake out into a return. If at worst it's a roll, I think. Or at best it's a roll, I think. That's if you're max attacking your Life Orb. If you're not Life Orb, do you not? 24 max to 60 max. So if you're not Life Orb, I live fake out into return. see. Or U-turn, okay. So give me a little bit of info on their set. That doesn't look like it's Scarf to me. So they're probably going to Mismagius here. Mismagius or Bronzong is probably very likely. But I mean, if a Bronzong comes out, yeah. I'm just gonna HP Fire this next turn. So there are leftovers. Bronzong. Okay, I'm just gonna hidden Power Fire it. Get my chip in. It would be great if they go for rocks here. Because the more this thing is chipped, the better it is for me. Yeah, cool. Rocks go up. I didn't bring Hitmontop this week, so I can't get rid of those, but that really only matters for Crobat. And Power again. It kind of tells them that it's fire, though, because it's on Bronzong. Let's see what they do. They could explode here, because they do live another in Power Fire. But if they explode, I think that's okay. Alright, Gyro Ball. Does that kill me here? Not quite. Okay, I get to throw off another hidden power then. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw off another hidden power. If this thing goes to okay. So I have to keep this in mind when I use Flygon later. That's just still alive. What's coming out? Perugly, okay. I mean, this should still do a solid chunk to Perugly. Well, not really. Hold on. Perugly doesn't have thick fat in this gen, I don't think. Oh, it does. Okay, so that's thick fat. It's faster than me. Do I want to keep this around? I kind of do, so I'm going to just go into Empoleon here. You can kind of use it to force damage again later. They're going to go for a U-turn. Okay. They crit the U-turn. Not the end of the world. Let's see what they go into. From that, I think a Surf should be able to kill the Bronzong if it wants to come in. Okay, so here comes the Heracross. If you're a Scarfed Heracross, you even... Yeah. Okay, I can't stay in. My only switch in here is Crobat. You're a substitute. Okay. I am Charty Berry. So I should still live a Stone Edge if it hits. And a Brave Bird. I'm just gonna Brave Bird this. I don't want this to stay behind sub. Charty Berry is for this Pokemon specifically. And they are gonna miss this. No, they're not. Okay. Charty Berry activates first. Okay. So it shows Charty. I should live this. Yep. And then I guess from here, do I just Brave Bird again? I think so. Yeah, they're probably gonna switch here. I should have roosted, I think, actually. Bronzong can come in. If Bronzong comes in, how much is a Psychic doing to me? If you're not invested, it only does a little. It does 56, 66. So I think I can roost up on it. Vaporeon comes in. Good chip. This very well could be an offensive Vaporeon. I'm gonna roost. Let's see what they're gonna go for. I'm gonna roost. Just gonna roost. They're gonna go for a wish. Makes sense. I'm gonna roost again. So I have the health. Bronzong's actually probably gonna come in now. If Bronzong comes in, I'm gonna Super Fang it the next turn, I think. Yep, switching out. And here comes Bronzong. Okay. So this thing isn't quite at full yet. I'm gonna Super Fang it this turn. It could explode, actually. I'm gonna U-turn out. I don't want to let my Crobat die for free. If it explodes, then I'm out of luck entirely. Now I lost my Heracross answer. I'm gonna go into Empoleon, because I should still live the explosion. It hurts, but I will live it. I'm gonna switch. Okay. So I get momentum here. I'm gonna go into. Okay. Get some chip off on this. From here, You could be Choice Scarf. That could be what you are. You're a bulky Vaporeon. How much is a +1 crunch from Alligator doing? Earthquake is doing more. I think what I want to do is I want to go into Rhyperior and I want to get my rocks up. Yeah, I think I want rocks up now. I'm going to click it here. Let's see what they go for. They're a taunt. Okay, so I'm not getting rocks up. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna Earthquake then. Do they go into Bronzong here? What is a tank Bronzong tanking from a Fire Punch? Eh. Heracross can also come in. Not Scarf. Probably Moxie too. I'm gonna Stone Edge, just in case. Get a little bit chip on the Bronzong. Yeah, Super Fang. They would have just let me have this if I don't... Okay, so I really hope I hit the Stone Edge. Okay, probably goes down, which is nice. 0-1, Rhyperior picks up a kill. If Vaporeon comes in, do I want to just get my chip off? If you're not special attacking, do I live a Surf? I don't think I do anymore with Pastio still. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. If Heracross comes out, the roll it looks like where I don't die to close combat. And if I do, I can always go back into Crobat. Let's see, what are they going into? Vaporeon. Yeah, I'm just gonna get my chip with Earthquake, I think. If you're offensive Vaporeon, which I think you're gonna be at least max HP. You're still taking over half on this. Yeah. Let's see what we can go for. I'm gonna roar. Okay. So I keep this around. It's gonna force me into. That's not what I wanted to put me into. But I'm gonna Brave Bird. I don't want this thing to still have health. It's probably very physically defensive based on how much Earthquake did. You could be max phys def, actually, from that. But I want this thing to stay low. To wish. It's probably Protect next. So if you're gonna be Protect, I'm gonna Roost. Yep. Okay. So they're gonna heal up. They're not gonna go full, which is nice. I'm gonna Super Fang. So I think I'll actually end up doing more with that than Brave Bird at this point. Super Fang. Okay. Big damage. Gonna roar me out. That's fine. Empoleon comes out, which isn't great, because I don't actually do anything to this now. I don't think Grass Knot's gonna do enough for, like, anything. I'm gonna knock off its leftovers. I don't want it to keep its lefties here. Okay. I'm gonna Grass Knot now. I don't think you're going to protect now. Wish, Protect, Roar. You've got to have some attacking move. So here comes the Roar. I do want to minimize how much healing this thing gets out of Wish. Into Flygon now. Ooh. Okay. So here's the thing. You could be Ice Beam. I'm gonna scout for the Ice Beam here. They're gonna switch. Okay. What are they switching into? Makes sense. So from here, I'm gonna go into Rhyperior and Fire Punch. The Fire Punch. So I'm willing to bet they don't have Ice Beam on Vaporeon then. If I had predicted with the Fire Blast, would this thing be dead? Probably not. This thing's very bulky. Yeah, not quite, but it would have done a whole lot. So here comes Fire Punch. Good chip to it. We're gonna see a Psychic pop off. I don't die to the Psychic, which is great. I'm just gonna click another Fire Punch here. We still have two Pokemon they haven't revealed to me yet. I'm willing to bet one is that Zapdos. Okay. Bronzong's going to switch. Out comes Vaporeon. I'm at 33 HP. I'm just gonna throw off an earthquake. They can kill me now, probably. Yeah, so we're gonna see what their attacking move is, and it's Surf. Okay. So Vaporeon's gonna pick up a kill on Rhyperior. So I think I can go back into Flygon now then. Or no, I'm gonna go into PZ and force a little bit more damage. Now, is it in my best interest to Thunderbolt, or is it in my best interest to try attack? I think Thunderbolt's going to do a little bit more to this. It also covers a Bronzong switch a little bit better. We're gonna T-Bolt here. I need to find a position to get my Feraligatr in. That's the issue I'm coming across. That Zapdos is probably one of the two in the back. Like, I'm willing to bet. Yep, they're gonna switch. Into Miss Mag. Okay, yeah, cool. Just a little bit over, or a little under half. They are also leftovers. I don't think I'm going to live a Stealth Rock turn if I switch out now. Yeah, I don't. So there's no reason for me to stay in here, or to switch out. Just gonna Thunderbolt. We're gonna show off their own Thunderbolt. Miss Magius is going to pick off one. Is gonna pick off Poryz. Okay. So I didn't get any kills, but Porygon did do some good damage to some of their mons. You could be a nasty plot set. And I'm gonna go into Flygon. I'm just gonna click Draco. Here comes Shadow Ball. Doesn't kill. I hit my Draco. And it kills Magius. Cool. Alright, so Magius goes down. Flygon picks up a kill. From here, it really depends what they go into. I actually wonder if I live another Rock's turn here. I won't if I U-turn for certain. I know that for certain. What you gonna do to me? It's gonna be 1/16th on my. So here comes Zapdos. 55. 309. So I actually could live if it's if I did that math wrong. 8. 1 divided by 8 times 309. So I actually will live a rocks hit. I don't really switch into this anymore though. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go into Napoleon, I guess. I don't actually switch into this thing anymore. But I was right, their 6th is a Zapdos. This thing could be offensive for all I know. They're gonna hit power, probably HP Ice if I had to guess. I'm gonna click Ice Beam. Thunderbolt, Zapdos is probably gonna kill this. Yeah, Napoleon goes down. And I think this is gonna be the end of our season here, everyone. Unless Flygon can kill an offensive Zapdos with Draco from full, it can't. Well, that's not even... Yeah, but I can't, not from full. And I have to worry about the speed tie, too. We're gonna switch into Bronzong. I'm just gonna go for a Fire Blast. I actually don't even know if it's gonna kill anymore. It'll also suck if I miss, but if I miss, it's the game replay. Let's see. I hit. Okay. So I do kill Bronzong at the very least. So a little bit better diff-wise for the last match, but not much else I can do here. Flygon's gonna go down. And Zapdos can just kind of come out again. It's probably offensive then. And Feraligatr will just die to 1 Thunderbolt. Yeah. So I have to go Crobat then, I guess. Here comes Zapdos. I'm just gonna Super Fang. It's gonna do the most to it. Thunderbolt. It's gonna pick up another kill. Crobat is going to go down. Yeah, and Feraligatr is not gonna be able to kill this. So that's gonna be the end of my season, everyone. I appreciate all of you for sticking with me through the bad showings I had every week. GG's my opponent. They played better than me. GG's to the opponent. All my opponents in this league. They all did better than I did. Yeah, it didn't matter. Each died anyways. So yeah, that's the end of my season. Thank you all for watching. And good luck to my opponent in playoffs. And go check them out. Go check out every other coach as well if you haven't. So thank you all for watching.